And former Michigan football coach Sherrone Moore is in police custody on assault allegations. The school fired Moore over what it called an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Now police are investigating him for potential criminal charges. ESPN college football senior writer Pete Thamel is here for more on that. Hi, Pete. So what's the latest on this investigation?
Well, just in the last 10 minutes, my colleague Dan Wetzel heard from the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office, and they said that no decision on whether to charge Sherrone Moore is expected today. He remains in custody in a county jail in Ann Arbor, and the prosecutor's office said the matter involving Mr. Moore remains an active investigation. But again, no charging decisions or arraignment are expected today as local prosecutors sort out things with Moore's case.
Michigan is set to play Texas in the Citrus Bowl on New Year's Eve. How are the players and coaches reacting to this?
Well, this is a bombshell of a story. There's really no other way to say it. The players were called into a team meeting yesterday, mid-afternoon, and they were greeted with total shock at the news of their coach being fired. And about the same time the players were meeting, authorities were being alerted of Sherrone Moore's alleged actions, and local police ended up detaining him and taking him to another town. So it has certainly been a seismic moment for the Michigan football program. Players, coaches, this was totally unexpected. Sherrone Moore hired a special teams coach 2 days ago. What happened was there was an investigation that had opened and then had been shut, and then credible information emerged in the past couple days, which led Michigan to dismiss Moore in a very definitive way, obviously referencing an inappropriate relationship with a staff member as that. So moving forward for Michigan, it's a very, very fragile time. Players can end up transferring in the transfer portal on January 2nd. They obviously need to go get a new coach. There's uncertainty on the staff. So it is a very fragile time for Michigan football.
What are you watching for next year?
Well, I think there's the story of Sherrone Moore and the spiral that he's in right now. We'll see what legal charges do end up happening or not happening with Moore in his future. And then obviously there's the fate of one of the iconic football programs in the country, in Michigan. Where do they turn in their coaching search? We're essentially at the end of the college football coaching cycle. There's been a dozen big-name schools that have hired coaches. There's been another half dozen big-name coaches who've signed big money contracts to stay with their school. So how Michigan navigates this is going to be fascinating. They have one of the best young players in the sport in quarterback Bryce Underwood. His fate is going to be closely watched as Michigan goes and hits reset at a very awkward time for that football program.
ESPN senior college football writer Pete Thamel, thank you.